Hello grade 1, this is Ms. Duha and today we're going to study about a new thing. We're going to learn about three dimensions shape, 3D shape. Well, 3D shape, I think I've heard that word before. No. Last week we studied about 2D shape, two dimensions shape. So we studied about circle, we studied about rectangle, about rhombus, and about triangle. This week we're going to study about three-dimension shape. What are these? What kind of shape it is? How can I describe it? Can I find some of these at my home? Well, all of these questions we're going to answer it this week, inshallah. Let's see. First shape we have is a cube. This is how the cube looks like. It has 6 sides and all of its sides has the shape of a square. Now the challenge say, can you think of any objects which are the shape of cubes? Let me tell you something, great ones. All of these objects have the shape of cube except only one object. Can you spot that one object? Well, let's see. The first one is the gift box. Do you think the gift box has the shape of cube? Yes, it does. Do you think the dices has the shape of cube? Yes, of course they do. Do you think the orange has the shape of cube? Mm-mm, I don't think so. Bye bye, orange. Do you think these blocks has the shape of cube? Yes, of course it does. Do you think that cube has the shape of cube? Well, yes, it does. Let's move on to the next shape. Second shape is rectangular prism. This is how rectangular prism look like. It looks like similar to the cube, but all of these sides of the rectangular prism have the shape of rectangle, so it's a little bit taller. Let's see. Can you grade 1 spot the one thing that does not have the shape of rectangular prism? Do you think the eraser has the shape of rectangular prism? Yes, it does. Do you think the cereal box has the shape of rectangular prism? Yes, of course it does. Do you think that party hat has the shape of rectangular prism? No, it doesn't. Bye bye, party hat. Do you think these buildings? Yes, of course they do. What about the washing machine? Yes. And what about the fridge? Yes, it does. Now, shall we move to the next shape? Off we go. The third shape is a cone, boys and girls, like a cone, and we have a circle on the bottom. This is how the cone look like. Now, can you think of object that has the shape of cone? Well, let's see these objects. Did you find the object that does not have the shape of cone? Let's see. What about the ice cream cone? Yes, of course it has. What about that party hat? Yes, of course, it's the shape of a cone. What about that speaker? Of course it does. What about that gift box? Do you think it has the shape of a cone? No, it doesn't. Bye bye, gift box. What about that cone? Of course, Miftaha, it's a cone. It has the shape of cone. Shall we move to the next shape? Off we go. Well, third shape is a cylinder, and this is how the cylinder looks like. It's like rings on top of each other, and we have one circle on top and one circle on the bottom. This is how the cylinder looks like. Can you think of uh, things that have the shape of cylinder? Let's see. Boys and girls, all of these have the shape of cylinder except one thing. Can you spot it? What about the soda can or the Pepsi can? Of course it does. What about that water bottle? It does. What about these food cans? Yes, they do. Do you think that bowl has the shape of cone? I don't think so. Bye bye, ball. Do you think that trash can has the shape of cylinder? Yes, of course it does. So these are all the objects. some objects that you might find that has the shape of cylinder. Let's move on to the next shape. Well, next shape we have sphere. Okay, it's one of the words that we have ph have the sound of f, so we call it sphere. Sphere is like a ball. Can you think of objects that have the shape of sphere that looks like the ball? Let's see, boys and girls. All of these things have the shape of sphere except one object. Let's see. Do you think the ball has the shape of sphere? Yes, of course. Do you think the soda can? Bye bye soda can. Do you think the orange has the shape of sphere? Yes, it does. What about that ball? Of course it does. What about the basketball? Mm-hmm, it does. So all of these objects has the shape of sphere. Okay. Now, the question of the day. This question I want you to think about during the week. You don't have to answer it today. You don't have to reply to me the answer. You may answer it during the morning meeting to me or to your teacher. Can you tell me what is the difference between 2D shapes, like the square over here, and the 3D shape, like the cube? Can you tell me what is the difference between both of them? So we've studied 2D shape last week, and this week we're studying 3D shape. Can you tell me what is the difference between? Well, this is our lesson for today, boys and girls. Have a wonderful day and see you soon. Bye bye.